I actually looked at your channel today. I think it was last month or last 30 days or so. Maybe it was like 8 million, 8.9 million views. What percentage is shorts versus?
I think I think right now it's 6 million views shorts and then 2 million long form.
Got it. Which is pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
What do you think led to the breakout in 2023 for your YouTube channel?
Better titles and thumbnails. 100% better. So the #1 wealth killer nobody talks about, good title. Thumbnail, also good. Thumbnail was inspired by Nate O'Brien. Nate O'Brien actually told me to make the video, so shout out to him. He had made one video on his channel 3 years before mine called The Wealth Killer, the #1 wealth killer. And it was also about cars. But he's just like, hey, you should just do this again and just make it better. And so that's what I did. And then, funny enough, now there's like 5 other videos about the #1 wealth killer. It's all the same. It's all the same.
It's copying each other. Do you see a lot of personal finance clones popping up now? Yeah.
But that's fine. I mean, I think we all win whenever. It doesn't matter. Like, let's say you start a personal finance channel. It doesn't matter. I think net everybody wins. A rising tide lifts all boats. So it's not the worst thing.
Got it. And so what's the, I guess going into YouTube a little bit then. So can you talk about your team? Last I heard it was one thumbnail person and you had a video editor. How does it look now?
Same. So I have a full-time video editor and also runs my newsletter. His name's Ricky. He's great. And then I have a short form video editor that helps me from time to time for the shorts contract. And then I have a thumbnail designer. And that's most of the team. And then I have a data guy. So a data guy, he's on retainer every month and he helps me look at videos that are doing well, not only on my channel, but across all of YouTube, try to identify different videos that we could possibly try in the future, look at retention graphs, try to figure out how can we get better within YouTube Studios data. So yeah, that guy.
What's like your 3-year goal with YouTube? What do you want it to look like?
Oh yeah, I still want to be making content in at least 3 years, maybe even 5, 10 years. And so just grow the channel as big as possible, promote financial literacy to all. And then I'm going to try to start a website where we can review different types of investment products, bank accounts, investment platforms, credit cards, debit cards, anything that is financially related. I want to be a trusted source for that.
Got it.
Yeah.
And your content stack right now, like how much time are you spending creating content each week, videos or whatever, your newsletter and all that?
Yeah, I think that, you're an entrepreneur. You probably spend not that much time making content compared to your other ventures, but right now I'm like literally just full-time content. So right now I probably spend 60% of my time on YouTube, 20% on shorts, and then 20% on like miscellaneous stuff like newsletter and like, website or something like that.
Right.
But most of it's YouTube. And that's mostly that one main YouTube video per week that we come out with.
Got it. And that's like a 15 to 25 minute thing?
Usually 15 minutes.
Okay, got it. And those are, it seems like you do a lot of research ahead of time, like hours of research, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So an average video probably takes like 4 to 6 hours of scripting plus research.
Right.
Maybe sometimes more, depends on the video. Like the 100K video that we just came out with, like why your 100K explodes after, why your net worth explodes after 100K. That's kind of easier for me because I already knew a lot of the principles. I knew exactly what I wanted to say. So that was maybe 3 or 4 hours or maybe less.
But it's still a lot of time.
It's still a lot of time. Yeah. But for most videos, it's probably 6-ish to 8-ish hours. And then I film it. And then after I film it, there's 5 to 10 hours of editing that goes into it at least.
And you're editing it?
No,
or the video editor, sorry.
Ricky is, and he also animates. So what's really nice is that we have beautiful animations on our videos, and we try to make them better every video.
I think this just goes to show you too that YouTube, the bar is continuing to be, it's rising, right? And so 4 or 5 years ago, I could just walk in, I can wing it with like a 3-minute, 5-minute video on marketing salaries, right? And then they'll get like a couple 100,000 views. And then I kind of stopped posting as consistently. I started talking about other things when I did post. And so I wasn't a good employee to YouTube anymore. And so YouTube's like, okay, you're not going to get your reach anymore, right? Whereas for you, like it's taking you 3 to 4 hours plus another 4 or 5 hours of editing to make a 15-minute thing. Yeah. And so like what people could do before, they can't get away with it anymore. And I think the bar is just going to continue to get higher, right?
The bar continues to get higher, and watch time is so coveted these days by the algorithm that if your video doesn't have as much watch time as say somebody else's, you're just not going to get shown as much.
Right.
And also, if you come out with like let's say 4 bad videos in a row, your reach is just going to be really limited on that number 5. And that's what YouTube won't tell you is like momentum actually matters.
Yeah.
which kind of sucks. But like, if you think about it this way, like if you ever go on YouTube, all the videos you see are based on what you just watched, your watch history, your recency, right? And so like if you watch like, let's say 5 videos from Casey Neistat, you're probably going to get Casey Neistat his next upload. But let's say Casey Neistat uploads 5 more times, you never click on it. YouTube's like, why would I keep serving this person Casey Neistat? I'm going to serve him something else. So now Casey Neistat's 7th video is not getting even in your homepage anymore because maybe he's made 6 videos about something completely different.
Yeah.
And so when you have the momentum, you really want to hit it hard. And when you don't have the momentum, you're just in this pit of despair. I've been there many times. Yeah. So it's just like,
so even when you're consistent with everything, you're still talking about finance. Sometimes if you just suck a couple of times in a row, you see your reach just decrease dramatically.
Yeah. And I think it's mentally tough. Like you don't want like 8 10s of 10s. You know what a 10 of 10 is, right? 10 of 10 is like worst of your last 10. And actually I track all my videos, and if they're 1 of 10 or 2 of 10 or 10 of 10 after the first 30 minutes, which is also too soon, by the way, but there was a stretch last year, I think it was like August to end of October, 8 of 10, 9 of 10, 9 of 10, 9 of 10, 10 of 10. It was just going downhill. And then you could also just see based on we also track our 24-hour stats, so 24-hour impressions of our videos. Impressions in the summer were like 500,000 impressions after the first 24 hours. And then it was down to like 200,000. So you could tell my reach was like halved or more. Yeah. And that's because of the recency thing. And then now we've come out with a few quote unquote bangers. And now that number is going back up. But it's really interesting that I think YouTube is more about recency than people think.
Interesting. Yeah, it's true because sometimes when I eat lunch, I watch these StarCraft 2 replays. And so when you watch one, like today I watched one, I was like, oh crap, this is 30 minutes, right? And now I know like it's just a bunch of my boxes now are going to be StarCraft, even though like I only watched one video. But it's because I spent so much time watching it.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll watch like I don't know, like a workout video. I'm not even interested in working out, but then I'll just get recommended all the workout videos. I'm like, oh damn, okay.
It happens, It
happens.
And so, but that's also another argument that you need to stay focused, because if you start to talk about different things, when they get recommended your other stuff, it's unrelated, then you kind of fall flat, right?
Yeah, and that's the tough part about YouTube. Like, unless you're an all-encompassing brand or personality that can talk about multiple different things, people just kind of want to go to you for that one thing. And as close to as that one thing as possible. So the idea is like, okay, if you're trying to be a personality, you're trying to branch out of that, and you're trying to like give the audience something similar but a little bit different. So finance, but just a little bit different, so like they can get used to you talking about different types of topics. Like Ali Abdaal is really good at that.